here is my Hoover 1334A, so I can't speak tonight, it's Sunday night, that Kevin recently, well I say recently, 6 months ago, had to sort of fix for me. He fitted a lot of new parts that it needed, new belt that I fitted, a new bag obviously, new handle bail, a new brush wheel end cap, and he serviced the motor. So it works perfectly. It is, if I take this cover off, model 1334A. Because it was reconditioned in the 80s, I think somebody told me, the serial plate's been removed, so we can't date it, but we know it'll be 1962 onwards, probably till about 67-ish. Let me just fit the belt. I can actually use my Dyson belt lifter T-peg and then sort of do that, but give me a minute and I'll fit it. Better remember to pause this time. There we go. It's fitted to match the diagram in the back there. So let's just push the cover back on, and we will tilt this back and show you underneath. So it's got good brush strips that are long and stiff. It's easy to take these apart. You just, well, to take the brush wheel out, you just undo the belt obviously, flip that up and have a stone fall out. Then you undo these little guards there, and then, yeah, the brush wheel just pulls out. The height adjustment works. To use this, by the way, some people don't know, you just push down on both ends here and move it up to number 2 if it needs to go higher, but usually setting 1 is suffice. Now the place I got this from, they had another one a while ago, this was ages ago, the same, and it had a red on off switch, so I think that's off now. But they got rid of that before I could get it, but this was sitting around for ages because it was smoking, and I bet it was smoking because the end cap was bent. I might have said already. No. Well, you know how you've got the end caps and they're round, but this one was kind of like a semicircle and then the rest was bent up. It must have got really hot and melted and just bent up like that. So I reckon it probably snapped the belt. Didn't help that it had a Dyson belt fitted though. Tut tut tut. So the recline catch now works. It's a bit iffy, but it can never be perfect really. It also doesn't go into the flat position, but I'm not too bothered. It still gets under all the chairs in my grandparents' house. Clean bag, because Kevin washed it. It's got a fairly new dust bag in it. Let's just zip that down. It's probably not the original bag, but it has the basket weave pattern. Now another added bonus, because this was reconditioned, it wouldn't have had a swivel cord hook, but it has one fitted anyway, haha. That's the best bit. So I suppose we'll plug it in and give a demo. It might be on actually, so I'll get it on the floor first. Here we go. And it's off. Oh. Let's just push down on the catch. It takes a lot of fiddling sometimes, but when you get it just right it'll go, and now we'll give it a go. But what I didn't tell you was that this was going to be a double vintage video, woohoo! Because a few weeks ago when me and Kevin met up, well quite a while ago, he gave me this, an utterly beautiful Hoover Senior from 1951, 612 model. So, let's show you around this. It is a beauty and it works amazingly. It's been rewired at some point. It's got a white cable on it, which is absolutely massive. Well, it's not massive, it's really long. Right, as you'll see, this is awkwardly panning out, but so hopefully it should be nice and safe. Not got one of those crumbly rubber cables on it that it would have had from new. There it is, that's a lot of cable. The handle, unfortunately, is a bit like that, let's just say. I might be able to get it painted at some point. Possibly not. So here's the switch activator. This sometimes moves out of place. If it does, you just got to push it. But what this does is when you step on this, it activates the switch, which you can just about see in there. Like that. Obviously it is still out of place, so it's not activating the switch. There we go. So it's got a good brush roll, which actually the belt's not fitted. Let's just take the sole plate off. You can do it one-handed. Goodness sake, because it's so heavy it's leaning to one side. But we fitted a new belt, it's just a new pattern belt, but it works. Take the brush roll out, you just flip those little clips and it pulls out. Nice and serviceable. The brush strips, although they look short, they're really good. I've seen them way shorter than that, and it grooms efficiently. Told you I couldn't speak tonight. So let's just line this up properly. Maybe it would be easier if I paused the video. Let's just push all this into place, make sure it runs smoothly, and then I'll pause while I hook the belt on again. Give me a second. There we go, we've got the belt and brush roll back in. Let's just fix the sole plate on and move the little catch and put it back on. And put the little belt guard back on. The height adjustment works. This bounces. In case you didn't know, there's a height adjustment on it. What you do is you push this down and hold it down with one hand, and then you slide this along. Now mine's on medium, which is fine, but under here you'll just about see it says thick. So if you push that down and move the little slider, you can switch it to thick if it's too low down. It's a bit filthy. I haven't really cleaned this up. I gave it a brief gentle polish. Now some people might not know this, basic knowledge. This doesn't actually have a bag. Now you might be a bit confused, but what I mean is it doesn't have a dust bag inside. Now that's utterly filthy. I did vacuum this bag out completely. Now Hoover say, I've got the original instruction manual on my PC, but Hoover say that you can take this out on newspaper and shake it on newspaper and roll the newspaper up. What I either do is I turn it inside out most times and vacuum it, or take it outside and shake it like a flag, and that empties it. Once you take this top bag slide off, which I'm not going to do because I'm not in the mood to get messy. Here, however, is a pile of stuff that's just stuck in there. What you can do to clear this out, and I think we'll do it now, chuck it outside with your scrap Dyson motors, because I bet you've got plenty of them. Well, fix the switch thing, push it on and then switch it on, and watch all the grit come flying out. So let's have a go. There we go. Excuse the manky path, this is just a very back garden where nobody goes really. So, yes, it's got the original light bulb in it, which is that's a bit odd to have. Either that or it's been replaced ages ago for an old style one. Because they've got a different thingy inside. I've no idea how light bulbs work really. I know that they get really, really hot and provide light, but that's about all I know, so somebody please educate me. So I'm going to wrap some of the cable up before we try it out, because obviously there's flipping loads of it. If I had a rubberized flex I would have fitted it, but I don't. Kevin still has my 1224 actually, the thing that looks a bit like a 119 but blue. He's still got that. It needs a new motor because it's smoking away. But he's going to find one eventually and get it fixed for me. Not that I'm too fussed for it, it's in absolutely scabby condition. But it's another one to have to the collection. And it's a little bit awkward to use in a crowded garage. You can see my U2334 I got from Kevin, which I haven't done anything to yet. got the actual main bottom inside to start cleaning on. In fact, we'll sweep this grit onto the floor. There we go. Let's give it a go. The height, everything works on this, it's brilliant. It's quite loud. The bag is not actually a bag, I deceived you, it's actually a balloon. Because watch this. It really blows up. Let's just deflate it and then hook it back on. So that is my Hoover 612, which I absolutely adore. I really like it. So it's a lovely thing to have in the collection. Excuse this bad video, I've got a tripod coming, so hopefully it'll help us out in my videos. And I can do more better how-tos instead of ones that are shakily involving me trying to do a screwdriver. Do a screwdriver. Good English, eh? So thanks for watching. See you later. Not going to do the whole outro. Awkward.